Thank you.
Hello there, guys. Welcome back to yet another episode of Reality Check Podcast. Welcome back to Peter Muma Media. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting me. If you're new here, make sure you click on the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share to your friends if you like what I'm doing. And yes, thank you so much. And let's get cracking. So it's another day that we, as Kenyans, of course, we keep on discussing about the state of our economy. I know itakuwa hard hitting kidogo because we have to discuss about what is happening currently in our country, this lovely country of Kenya. Because sijui kama nyinyi mnafeel kama mimi. I think we are we are not, let me not say that we are badly off, but we are in a situation where it's quite dire, especially for the people who are regarded as middle class. I saw a meme, by the way, at this point. Let me say, officially, Kenyan memes should be recognized as the best, not only in Kenya, but in the whole world. They can't just keep us in dull moments, right? I saw a meme that, though, you know, we have been having the surging cases of traffic accidents, and by the way, it's a wanting situation. I saw the CS for transport. Murkomen akisema government is introducing new measures. Come on, people. Yani, come on. Tusianze kutenga tena wakati people are generally losing their life all over the country. And the point I want to drive, the government is wanting to implement new alcohol blocks in, you know, as a measure to curb mambo ya accidents. So nikasema wakisema middle class, they are the only people who are going to be affected. The rich are driven home, the poor they walk home. So sijui mimi na wewe tuko wapi? Establish huko wapi hapo? Are you up there? I hate it by this sometimes when we start categorizing people. I know it's a capitalist, we are a capitalist society. Na hatuwezi avoid hiyo because even from our electioneering period, tulikuwa tumeambiwa this was the stand. Granted, as much as we don't want to agree, it was the situation. Hata tukitaka kujifanya you guy, like hizo raya zilikuwa zinatu divide na tuli-accept kuwa divided. This versus that, this versus that. It was rich against the poor. Look at the people who, when walikuwa natuambia they are poor, right? The people who are still in government. Yeah, let me just put it the way it is because hapa ni reality check. It was Hustlers versus Dynasty, and I will come back to the point nilikuwa nakwambia hapo just a few minutes ago. When you look at the way tulikuwa tunaambiwa, these people are hustlers, right? And the other people are Dynasty. Wako na do, sisi hatuna pesa. I'm like, really? Huh? Really? I think you can lie better. Politics sometimes is about lying. Yeah, I can say that confidently because how many times have we been lied to? Wakati sasa walienda ku vet the cabinet, the issue of Hustler's cabinet was quite eminent, and I was like, Hustler's cabinet? Really? Like, are we being serious here? Because when you look at the people who are so-called hustlers, I think the lowest person was the Honorable CS for culture, hiyo mambo ya culture, Aisha Juma, 100 million. And then you are like, mimi na wewe, when you unanitazama sahi, tell me, how much do you have in your bank account? Niambie, when was the last time you had 1 million shillings? We can both agree that hizo zote ndio zinatangwa stories za jaba, but I was saying that we have been divided as middle class, elite class, and the poor. The poor are not driven home. They foot themselves home, foot Subishi. The rich, they are driven home. So the middle class, introduce alcohol blocks. Those are, I believe, me and you, but we are manifesting to ingia huko. Yeah, so I was discussing about the fact that say Kenya tuko in a very wanting situation according to the state of the nation. Every time I hear Mr. President speaking, I'm like, granted by that to him, he definitely has ideas, But comparing ourselves to the countries which have already made it, like for example, when you hear, tumekuwa compared na Singapore, tumekuwa compared na some of the Middle East countries, some of the Asian countries, they are implementing the policies that we want to implement now. In their country, want to implement now as we speak. But look at the Kenyan typical person. Majority of Kenyans, they are earning, let's say, 60,000, 40,000, 30,000. And then you want to tax that person to the tune of around more than 20% of the money is going to tax. Okay? Because ukiangalia VAT, housing levy, kuna hiyo NHIF, sasa wameenda, but the social health fund wataingia sijui, they are saying that the LCS na Kumicha nasema by June watakuwa implement 3% value added tax. Hizo tax zote they will amount to around 20%. And it's quite a situation where now the people who are earning money, you know, see to earn salary, people are earning money like the politicians and all that. Look at a regular member of parliament and the job description of an MP. They go to parliament, some of them more than 300 in that parliament. Some of them, they only talk once in their 5-year. And you wonder they are paid basic, not gross, basic around 500,000. Marupurupu. Najua hata mshahara ingine sasa nasikia marupurupu na allowances ndio kubwa kuliko hata mshahara. You wonder. So when you look at the state of the economy right now, unapata the person who is hapo chini is actually having a very hard time. Significant hard times. And the fact that policies in ziko sahi, they are more futuristic, it puts a lot of pressure on the common person. Now the so-called hustlers, when you're we thought that when the government comes into power, better days ahead. I was looking forward to the time that to call for free. Yeah? Because I knew either way, whoever wins, they had very good manifesto. As of whether they are going to implement it or not, I'm not going to talk about Azimio. Let me talk about Kenya Kwanza, because those are the people, whether we like it or not, because I'm a Christian, we are taught to obey and respect the people in authority. So our president, when alikuwa deputy president, wakalikuwa na campaign, alikuwa anatuambia sisi kama mavijana, kwanza tutakuwa tunapiga simu free, because tutakuwa na free wifi everywhere. Free wifi everywhere. Na sasa hiyo raia bana zinashangilia ziko hapo like yeah, savior. Wakati alipewa hiyo sword fulani. Kuna mtu I was listening to Busia Senate alisema wakati Ruto was given powers, alinua sword, katiba alituonyesha. Lakini sword, unajua sword hiyo after, if you know, when the sword akipewa, the change of guard ili change from the president, the sitting president at the time, President Uhuru, to now incoming president. Like alitoka haraka sha akaingia kwa Ruto. Unya akaachwa, sasa wewe, thank you very much. Hatukutambui sasa Bazenga ndio huyu. So senator said that alinua upanga, the sword, but katiba katuonyesha. Hii iko sawa. Sasa tuko hapa. Na akatuambia the president himself said hii si ya kukata mboga. Hiyo sword, hiyo ni ya to make sure that mambo inaendelea. And he said recently that we will continue making difficult but the right decisions for Kenyans. So unalipanga siku hizi watu wenye wako payslip tunalipwa and you are like, yeah, is this really happening? Yeah, is this really happening? Yeah. Alafu ukisikia hizo pesa manzi zinakuwa M-Pesa. You see, the problem is actually, and let me just say this, Kenyans hawana shida na kulipa tax and everything, you know. They do actually pay tax. But ukiangalia the way this money is spent, there's a problem. Look at what the controller of budget said, right? Look at the way Auditor General said. Like, we are spending way much more than our income, than our gross GDP. And then the president, sijui sasa shida inaingilianga wapi, like, the president says that we should live within our means, right? But yet, we are spending out of our means. Ni kama history ya fertilizer. A lot of double speak. Gachagua anasema we don't have any fake we have some little bit of 50,000 fertilizers which is fake. CS Linturi anasema tuna any fake fertilizer. Then you wonder who is saying the truth and so forth. The idea is, I think the policies are good, but one at a time. You cannot implement all those policies. Alafu najua population kubwa yenye una lead ni ya vijana wenye most of them wako unemployed. So you are putting pressure on the people who are so employed. That's why Ruto alisema, President Ruto, he will make sure that ata push out when you are unsalaried waingie kwa hiyo place ya kukua salaried. They get an opportunity to work. But before they do that, this person mwenye ako na payslip, there will be a lot of pressure. Alafu ndio wase wengine wamjoin. The nurses are striking, and I saw a meme. Umeona? Wameandika post. Walikuwa nurses wameshika hiyo nini yao. Why are you passing in between my salary? Why are you passing in between my salary? Yeah? Like, now we cannot afford to pay those people, but we can afford to pay members of parliament 500, 1 million Kenya shillings. Very big up to Miguna. Daktari mwenye alisema Kenya is country which is confused because the people who have gone to class professionally wamekuwa trained, right? Like doctors, like nurses. They are being paid, the government cannot afford to pay 70,000. But people sometimes they just walijipata tu wameingia hapo, wengine hata hawajui, walikuwa hata wengine hawajui waliingia aje hapo. Wengine miraculously ashakuwa MP. Anapewa 1 million shillings. So it's high time to address the real state of the nation in a more sobriety with a lot of candidness, like tukue too open, tukue reality, because the fact that we are mistreating people who deserve to be treated in a professional and in a more dignified manner, there is a problem in our country. And that one, the buck stops with the head of state. So, Mr. President, dear Mr. President, please, please, listen to the voices of people who have elected you. Because I do feel, as much as I acknowledge you have made some right decisions, it is with equal measure, and it is imperative to say this, that we have to do the right thing in the right manner, rightfully so, at the right time.